Most teams have an add AI line on the roadmap and a stalled prototype that never made it to users. The gap between prototype and production is rarely the model. I close that gap by shipping the deployed thing, not a deck recommending which vendor to evaluate. Production AI automation is software running in front of real users that uses a large language model to do work the team would otherwise do by hand, answer support questions, classify content, generate structured outputs, review code. The defining property, it ships and stays shipped. The key is held server-side, the latency is acceptable, and the cost is predictable. So why does most AI on the roadmap stall? The blocker is rarely the model. It's the surrounding infrastructure that production requires. API keys can't live in the browser bundle. Long context prompts need cache strategies or unit cost spiral. Outputs need to be structured, versioned, and observable. And fallback behavior has to exist for the small fraction of requests where the API is unreachable. Most of this work maps to one of four shapes. 1. A Claude-powered chat widget and a semantic knowledge base. 2. Agentic skill packs, SKILL.md files that encode your team's conventions for Claude code and cursor. 3. Operational automations that call Claude on a schedule or webhook. And 4. An integration audit for teams already shipping AI. Each one ends with deployed software, not a deck. Take the chat widget. Your help center and FAQs get restructured into a semantically chunked JSON knowledge base. A Claude-powered widget calls a versal edge function that keeps the API key server-side, with a pattern-matching fallback for offline or rate-limited cases. It embeds with a single script tag, Webflow, WordPress, Framer, no infrastructure changes. Standard deployment runs concept to production in under 2 weeks. Here's the part most builds miss. Of the production deployments I've audited, most have at least one of 3 gaps. No fallback path when the API is unreachable, structured output prompts that drift over time without versioning, and missing prompt caching, which is a 10 times cost difference for long context workloads. The audit produces a remediation list ranked by cost and quality impact. And here's where I'll tell you not to use AI. It multiplies existing repeatable processes. It doesn't invent missing ones. If a workflow has inconsistent inputs, no documented success criteria, or needs expert judgment on every output, automating it usually produces worse results than the human baseline. Build the process first, then automate. Saying no is part of the engagement.